It's been a month since 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack vanished from a quiet area in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. The community has been left reeling, answers are scarce, and the mystery only grows deeper. But just days ago, searchers were back in the woods. The stepfather, Daniel Martell, is speaking out, even addressing his polygraph test, while the children's mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, remains completely silent. Today, we're breaking down the very latest in this heartbreaking case. Part 1. Timeline Recap. Let's rewind just for a moment. Lilly and Jack were last seen by their family on May 1st, 2025, a Thursday. That Friday morning, May 2nd, around 8 a.m., their parents, Daniel and Malehya, claimed the children were missing. Their home, located near Lansdowne Station, became the center of an extensive ground and air search involving over 100 trained professionals, canine units, drones, and volunteers. RCMP confirmed that on May 1st, the children were seen in public with family. But here's the problem. They haven't released exactly who that family member was, what the children were doing, or whether there's video proof of that sighting. And ever since then, silence. Part 2. Renewed search efforts. Now let's talk about the search. Just this past weekend, almost a full month later, over 75 trained searchers returned to an area off Gairloch Road, following up on a potential lead. The area included a pipeline trail where a boot print was previously found. This boot print was one of the only clues in the initial investigation, but law enforcement has never confirmed if it's connected to Lilly or Jack. Unfortunately, after 2 full days of searching again, including grid searches, terrain clearing, and re-evaluating prior data, no new evidence was discovered. That's right, nothing. No shoes, no clothing, no scent trails, nothing that definitively brings us closer to Lilly or Jack. Now here's the devastating update. The RCMP has publicly stated that they do not believe Lilly and Jack are still alive. Their wording has been careful, but direct. Based on the total lack of physical evidence, leads, or sightings, investigators say they have no indication the children survived whatever happened to them on May 2nd. And yet, despite this grim conclusion, the search efforts continue. Not because they believe the outcome will change, but because they want to recover the children. For closure, for justice, for truth. Part 3. Daniel Martell speaks publicly. Here's the quote that's making headlines. "I took a polygraph. I know I didn't do anything. I want my kids home. I have nothing to hide." That's what Daniel told a local outlet this week. In recent days, the children's stepfather, Daniel Martell, has broken his silence, and it's drawing attention across Canada. He's been speaking to the media, appearing in video interviews, and actively participating in search groups on social media. According to him, he's done everything he can to cooperate, including taking a polygraph test. Daniel says he passed that polygraph, and that the results confirmed he had nothing to do with the children's disappearance. He's quoted as saying, "I took a polygraph, and I'm not sure if I can tell the results, but I can say it went in my favor." Went in your favor? What about Jack and Lilly? But what has caught the public off guard is the phrase he keeps repeating. There's no evidence. Not once, but several times. He's said there's no evidence of foul play. No evidence they wandered off. No evidence of abduction. And yet, he still firmly believes the children may have been abducted. In fact, in nearly every interview, Daniel pushes that possibility. Now here's where it gets complicated. Saying there's no evidence while also suggesting they could have been abducted creates a narrative contradiction. To some, it sounds logical. They're missing, so any possibility is on the table. But to others, especially those watching closely, it raises red flags. Why stress the absence of evidence so often, especially when that absence is the very thing keeping these kids from being found? Whether it's a defensive posture or just blunt honesty, the phrase, "there's no evidence," is now attached to Daniel. And it's dividing public opinion fast. And people are noticing. Viewers, reporters, even armchair detectives online. Many are asking why Daniel is pushing so hard on the idea that nothing points to a crime, rather than expressing raw emotion about his missing stepchildren. Part 4. Mother's continued silence. Now, let's talk about the mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray. Since the day the kids went missing, she's only appeared in one short media segment and then vanished from public view. No interviews, no social media posts, no statements. According to searchers on the ground, she left the search site shortly after her children were reported missing. That raised red flags, not just for the public, but reportedly for investigators as well. But despite this, she hasn't been officially named a suspect or person of interest. So here's the brutal truth. Her silence is deafening. Parents of missing children typically go to war in the media. They plead, they cry, they shout from rooftops. But in this case, total quiet. And that leaves everyone wondering, why? Part 5. Theories and online speculation. With both parents under a microscope, the theories are getting louder. Some believe the children wandered off, which is extremely unlikely given the terrain and lack of any trace. Others suggest foul play, and that the last known people to see the children, the parents, know more than they're admitting. One theory is that there may have been an accident in the home, and instead of reporting it, someone panicked. Others point to past tensions between Daniel and Malehya. Some online threads even speculate about custody battles or unresolved conflict that may have escalated. Of course, these are theories, not facts. But when there's this much silence from key people in a missing persons case, the vacuum gets filled with speculation. That's just the reality of modern true crime coverage. Part 6. RCMPs Current Stance and Next Steps. As of today, the RCMP have received over 355 tips from the public and are reviewing hours of video footage from homes, businesses, and traffic cams in the area. They've said there's no confirmed abduction, but that the case is suspicious and active. They haven't cleared anyone publicly, they haven't confirmed any suspects, and they haven't told the public whether forensic evidence, like scent trails, blood, or digital evidence, was found at the home. So what's next? More searching, more questions, and hopefully, more answers. Final word. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, even the smallest tip, please contact the Nova Scotia RCMP immediately. Their photos are all over social media. Their faces should stay there until they are found. For now, we wait, and we keep asking questions that need to be asked, no matter how uncomfortable they are. This is Clutch Them Pearls. Stay loud, stay critical, and keep these babies in the spotlight until justice speaks louder than silence.